Good morning. If you're worshiping with us for the first time, I invite you to take a blue and white welcome card that can be found in the pew rack and fill it out and put it in the offering plate later in the service that we might get to know you a little more fully. And I'd ask that each of you find the red Ritual of Friendship pad at the end of the pew and pass it down to your neighbors so that we might get to know each other by name. Next Sunday is our Hymn Festival Sunday, where we have the opportunity and joy of joining the Sanctuary Choir and Festival Orchestra in a joyful celebration of the hymns of faith. Also on the 19th, next Sunday, we will be having our Second Steps class after the 11 o'clock service. If you have been considering joining the church, that's an opportunity to learn a little bit more and take a second step. And on Wednesday, May 22nd, we have our May Memorial Service, which is sponsored by the deacons. All are welcome to this service and to the planting of the tree. There is a reception in the parlor at 6 p.m., and at 7 the service begins. I'd like to ask Pastor Henry to come forward as we honor our acolytes who bring each morning the light of Christ into this service.
Thank you, David. In the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus calls his disciples the light of the world, and then he gives them this instruction. He says, "Let your light so shine before others that they will see what you do and give glory to God." Each week during the program year, a dedicated group of sixth graders in our congregation helps Second Presbyterian Church let our light shine, literally. Our acolytes have the responsibility and the privilege of bringing the light of Christ into the sanctuary. They do it beautifully, and they take that role seriously. In a deeper way, though, these young people are letting their light shine in this place by committing themselves to active leadership in worship for our community of faith. In a time when our youth are overscheduled and worship is too often crowded out, these acolytes and the families that support them make the practice of worship a priority in their lives. By empowering our youth to lead us, we demonstrate what matters. By responding to that invitation, they inspire us to do the same, to follow them in making worship a central part of our lives. This morning I want to say that is no small thing. Today we celebrate and give thanks for their ministry. And speaking of ministry and dedication, I want to ask Sonya Rasmusson, the volunteer coordinator of the Acolyte program and a deeply dedicated church member, to invite our acolytes to come forward to receive a certificate of recognition. And Sonya, we give thanks to God for your ministry of making sure there are acolytes here to support us every single Sunday.
Good morning. Acolytes, as I call your name, please come up and get your certificate from Pastor Henry and stay up on the stage, please. Libby Barrett. You go over there. Thank you. Alex Bolton. Elena Chappell. Elizabeth Conder. Anna Gruninger. Lily Haybush. Camille Morris, Ruby Rogers, Estelle Stover, Garrity Ullum, and Martha Warner.
My charge to each of you as you celebrate this part of your ministry but lean into the next chapter is that you would continue to find ways to lead your congregation and to let your light shine in the world and in this church. We give thanks to God for our acolytes. Yeah.